Welcome
Welcome to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It smells.
And today we're jumping into our Before the 90-Day review. It is season 6, episode 5, I believe. And this episode is probably improperly named. It's called Suspect, so it's actually properly named this time. Kudos, TLC, you're getting better. So if you have not already, Shade Squad, please, please, please hit the doorbell and hit that like button.
And hit that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it because y'all know we missed Tyray last episode, and now he's back with his foolishness.
He didn't miss a damn thing. Ain't
We
shit.
did miss it because he's
Ain't
back.
nothing changed.
He's back with the foolishness.
With the same bullshit.
Right. So y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady or suspect.
Wakes this woman up
7:45, 7:35
in the AM.
In the AM.
In the AM, like she got to go to work or something. That would have aggravated me. I was just on a long flight. What you ain't about to do is get me up your time early in the morning. That's what we're not about to do. But apparently she doesn't mind because she got the affection that she was looking for the night before. So she's all good.
She said there was a lot of petting.
It was heavy petting. Nico said, what the hell is that? He was like, what? Heavy what?
Petting? He said, we read the Bible last night. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, the only problem is she has a long laundry list of things to do in order to get ready before they leave out. And he's like, all I got to do is put on my pants. It's going to take me 2 whole minutes. Okay. She's like, I got to do my makeup. He might have did it. It looked like he was energized. He was up. He might have been up at 6.
No, because I just realized another person on this cast is just doing things without, y'all know how, I'm sorry. I know some people don't believe in daily showers. Y'all can drop in the comments, Shade Squad. Especially, yeah, I need showers. Go ahead.
Especially in that heat.
Especially after traveling. Go ahead.
Dusty. Okay, well, anyways. So she lets him know, look, hugs and kisses are cute, but I'm going to need a little bit more affection. And he says, and I'm going to need a little bit more time. Pump your brakes, boo. So he took her to show her around.
I'm gonna need a little bit more marriage.
Well, affection. He ain't talking,
No, because what they already petting, they already kissing.
Look, I'm like Nico, what's that? I ain't got no animals. What you talking about?
Look.
What's petting? This?
I'm just saying it gives me that he can't do no. We can talk about that all.
She read the same Bible. She should know what they can do.
It depends on what she considers sex.
Yes, listen, they read the same Bible. She should know what they can do as well. She part of the ministry. She should know. Shoot.
Not she a part of the ministry.
She is. She should know. Shoot.
That was a good one.
So he took her to, to show her around Nazareth. I don't know why it just feels like, I don't know, like I'm like in the Bible or something.
Can I tell you, I feel like when I was sitting there watching, I was like, Chanel would think I was a complete dork because I would be so interested.
No, that would be something that's dope.
I would be all up in it like, oh my, this is where Mary drank her water?
Right? What? He took her to the well where Mary drank her water. Like, what? But
see, I'm a history buff. If y'all don't know Shade Squad.
See, for me, I don't give a damn. No, for me, it ain't history. I don't care. No, for me, I would feel like I'm in the Bible. Like I'm in the Bible. Like you can write about me.
That's
1,000 years from now because I was here where Mary was.
That's history. But go ahead.
Yeah, for somebody else. That's what I'm doing currently. Okay? Stupid. I just want to take a picture of Mary was. All right.
Do it for the gram.
Right. Look.
You stupid.
Period. Okay, so basically, and they went to go see other holy sites because he says, this is how their connection began. And he feels that this is how it's gonna be stronger, not them hugs and kisses. Okay. So they sit down, they chill for a little bit, and she let him know that it's super important for her to meet his family. Well, specifically his mom. Which he doesn't understand. He's like, you ain't married my mama.
I
So
thought it
what?
was his brother. He was like,
Exactly.
what, do I really need to ask my brother for your hand in marriage? What does that
So
say to
then,
the
yeah. So
Bible?
then she said, well, what about your brothers? And he like, well, they don't even know you here. One of them don't even know you exist. I said, oh, Nico,
Wrong
wrong
road.
road. So of course, this pisses her off. She's super upset. She's like, you acting like I'm not even important in your life. Everybody in my life knows about you. Now, apparently she did know about the situation with the mom because she may have a problem with the fact that she's divorced. She's has children and she's not a virgin. She does know that. Now I don't know if he told her, but like I said, she part of the ministry. She probably know.
She part of
But
the ministry.
but to fit now, she said like to hide her from everyone else makes her feel like he's ashamed of her past. Now she said that she needs to meet his family, and he said, "Show me where to say that in the Bible."
Where it say my family got approval you for me to marry you. That's exactly what he said.
And she basically tells him, "Look, if it matters to me, it needs to matter to you." I said, "Oh, Kalambo," and he said that he will tell them, and he's going to put a big sign in Nazareth just to let them know that she exists. I'd be like, you know what, sir? She got a lot of patience. She got
Right.
a lot of
She
patience
did say you think everything is a joke.
because he kept on laughing, and I'm gonna put a big sign and let everybody know that
And
you
she was
exist.
like, you see this? I'm not ha-hi. I'm not kiki.
Mhm. She still, she was still calm, cool, spoke her mind. I'd have lost it. But back at the hotel, Meisha wants to talk about what happened again. And she says that, she wants to see Israel, but she's really not here on a vacation. She came here to get some answers, find out who the hell he really is after investing almost 7 years together. And she's feeling like he feels embarrassed by the negative things in her life. And he like, all this love between us. How could I feel embarrassed? That that slick talk ain't gonna work now, sir. It ain't gonna work. Not this time. Okay. He said that he didn't expect there to be drama between them, based off his mom and his brothers. And says, you know what? I think you tired. I think you just need to go to sleep because you started to speak some nonsense. Like, I was getting hot for her. Okay. He told her when she starts talking, she'll never stop. And you're most cute when you're mute.
Well, mother.
Look, her patient ass.
Okay.
Her patient ass
And look,
told him.
she gave you mercy and grace.
I was like, yo.
Jesus clearly fully
Look,
came
I
upon
said,
her.
I said, you know what? You done dealt with some shit and you are healed. You are girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So she told him that he's deflecting and she needs him to meet her where she is and stay there until their issue is resolved. Now he feels it's important for him to show her that he's the man because a woman can't control a man. Wrong road, sir.
Wrong road.
But he tells her that, he will always listen to her and he will always try to improve himself. And she hopes this ain't no BS just to shut her up and lets him know, listen, because it's gonna keep on coming up until it gets rectified. But she says, you know what, she's gonna let it go for now because she's too tired to go where she needs to go right now. And she looked like she wants to go deep. Okay.
Our favorite character is back. Tyray.
I already knew it, Jesus.
Tyray goes to hang out with his sister
Poor
LaShawn.
baby's still in denial with his crazy ass.
Now, Tyray says that he thinks that the more he thinks about the situation with Carmela, he feels like it may be a misunderstanding. And doesn't believe the last 4 years were unreal. he continues to check his phone, hoping that she'll reach out, and it's hurting him. It's hurting. So, he tells LaShanti he finally saw that she read his messages, but she hasn't responded. So his sister
The fact that I guess she decided, you know what, I'm gonna stick beside him with this foolishness because I'd have been like the brother. I'm not going back. I ain't going back. You came, you told us what you wanted to tell us. Now you want to be a dumbass.
Right. The brother was like, I'm not participating in the
No,
tomfoolery.
absolutely not. Mm-mm.
So LaShanti is like, what you already know is Christian. Do you want Christian to respond? I don't know. I'm not understanding.
Who you expected to respond?
I'm unclear of what you're looking for, Tyray. So he said that he still, and I gotta say it like this because this is how crazy it sounds to me. This is what is going on in my head. He said that he's still holding out hope and wonders whether she might be in prison.
He made up a whole scenario in his
So
head.
he thinks that this might be a life after lockup situation, and that Carmela is fresh out of prison and her boyfriend got her phone and now won't let her speak to him. So finally, LaShanti's like, I can't.
She said, you delusional. She said, you know what?
LaShanti said, look, bro, I ain't gonna hold
I did some research and I'm gonna show you that this is bullshit. What you're talking right now is bullshit.
So LaShanti shows him that there's this whole escort profile for Carmela, and she's in California where and my notes say Tyray is more upset that she was hoeing right up under his nose. Okay.
Every time somebody want to tell him the truth, he want to get up and walk away. I feel like if he got up and walked this goddamn much before, he would have been sitting at the goddamn computer all this time and got catfished.
Oh, that was a part. He threw his phone. He was so upset. He said, this is the shit that got me in this mess.
First of all, he didn't really throw his phone. His broke ass was not willing to break that shit. He said, look, he threw it like this.
You stupid. So LaShanti's like, well, do you want to call a number? Do you want to call a number? So they call a number. Of course, they don't get no answer. And Tyray now thinks that Christian might be.
Well, no, then they Google the number. Then they Google the number. They see that there's a whole bunch of profiles on this damn site with a whole bunch of different numbers. Wait. Damn that. After all of that bullshit, this man said, I just don't know what to do. I just want to connect and find out the whole truth. Like he didn't already. Everybody is bringing it to you, my man. What the hell?
What is it? I'm blind. I can't see.
They're handing it to you on a silver platter. You are smacking that away.
I don't want lobster and steak. I want ramen noodles, man. Oh, bless your heart, Tyray. Bless your heart.
Oh my goodness.
I just feel like, again, 90 Day has showed us there's somebody for everybody. I feel very confident that Tyray is going to be on next season of 90 Day Single Life.
Could you imagine if he was on Catfish, like on an episode of Catfish?
This would have ended a long time ago.
No, it wouldn't have. They would have did the update 2 months. You know how they always do the update 2 months later?
Like, I stopped watching I used to watch Catfish when they gave up. Okay.
Who gave up?
When they used to give up on finding these people, they'd be like, yeah, they playing you.
They never give up. Don't do that.
Yeah, they did. There's some people
that's Maxine.
They be like, you foolish. You foolish. Let's just go. Let's just go.
David got to the Philippines. He was scared as hell. He said there's too much going on. Okay.
I'm scared for him.
Huh?
I'm scared for him.
It was too much. But he said that he feels peace when he's around Sheila. So they had their first communication struggle while trying to order some food. She had no idea what he was saying because she hardly speaks sign. But had he not been so hungry, he really didn't even want to eat where the hell they was at. Because he said the place looked run down.
I will say, don't get it twisted. David may not verbally tell y'all, but he is definitely very much one of those Americans with his nose in the air, okay? Because he got over there, he was like, I would never eat over here in these conditions. Look at this. I said, not him signing, cussing them out in the.
You so stupid.
I said, damn, David.
So not only did he talk shit about the inside of the restaurant, then to P,
He said the country looked poor, run down.
I know he said the restaurant did. He said the country too.
Oh, maybe I'm stretching it. Maybe I don't know my sign.
I'm stretching. So then to P, she takes him to the back of the building where it looks like they was keeping bags of rice or bags of grains or something. Now, I don't want to eat. What the hell? You pissing outside of the goddamn food. I was like, sir, you talking shit about the damn country, but you adding to it. Out here pissing by their damn food. So then they finally get to the hotel. David is super excited. He said he is jumping up and down on the inside because he ready to get to the hotel room. And Sheila seems
so ready. He said, I ain't even gonna shower. I said that earlier. I said that bothered me.
Sheila seems just as excited. They get to the room and there's two twins beds. She's like, let's put these babies together because we got to get together.
Okay, now, she want to get close.
He got played by the Philippines. They did some false advertising because he thought the room was gonna look better than it did. He said he's a romantic guy and this place looks run down too. Okay, they was up there killing bugs and all types of stuff.
Maybe that's why I said I felt like he said the country looked run down because everything.
But he said it so many times.
Yeah.
Now that man scarfed down his food loud as hell, according to Sheila, and said he was ready to go to bed. Huh?
She said he sounded like a pig.
Yes.
I was gonna say that's why I don't eat in front of people because you ain't gonna judge me if I sound like a pig. I sound like a pig. Go ahead.
She don't give a damn.
I eat my food. I know that.
And then they got into bed and just looked hot, nasty, sweaty, and stinky. Ain't nail one of them take a shower.
That's what I said. It just looked nasty and hot and sweaty.
But apparently they care more about getting dirtier.
Want to get dirty, get fat.
Really dirty. They got nasty. Just, you can see the.
That's what I said. And being on a Shade Squad, that's the thing that bothered me the most is because I could literally see him sweating, and I was like, "You're not."
First of all, Sheila was sweating all day long. I know she had on like appropriate clothes for the weather, but you could see her wiping her sweat all the time. All she did was go in the bathroom and put on shirt and shorts. This man got.
Well, maybe she could have did the wash up. Maybe she did the wash up. Maybe she did the underarms and the
bird bath.
Yeah, the bird bath.
Girl, I hope so. But I mean, really, like, still, especially if you smell clean, why the hell you want to come out and smell his hot, sweaty ass that been on a plane for what he said, 30 hours? 30. Yeah, no. Oh God.
Yeah. I would have said, wake me up when you get out of the shower. So Gino is at the bar.
I don't think I would have. It would have turned me off that she was ready to get in bed without getting a shower. That would turn me off. I'd have been like, I'm going. You go get a shower. I'll see you in the morning.
Right. So Gino is at the bar speaking with the barmaid. He overshares and lets her know that he's there to visit his fiance, and they're arguing because he wants her to sign a prenup. Huh?
Bar therapist.
Right. She explains that in their culture, they don't do that. Okay. And if you decide you want to share your life with someone, then it should be all of your life. And Gino realizes it may be a cultural difference and is thinking hard about what the barmaid has said. Now, Jasmine meets up with her sister for dinner. I don't have the sister's name.
I think it was Liz.
Liz, you're right. It is Liz.
I didn't realize it was her younger sister. Like, she looks like significantly younger.
Mm-hmm. So she shares the drama and him bringing up a prenup and how she feels she could end up on the street if Gino decides to leave her, even though he's already said that he's put something in place with her financially in the prenup, And so you know, her sister basically is looking at her, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Like, leave that nigga.
I don't know if this is a no, and it's so funny because I don't know if this is like a little sister thing. Because I really felt like in that moment that would be Jasmine looking at me like, "Bitch, you stupid. Why are you doing this?" Like, and see, I don't think you might be thinking it, but you wouldn't look at me that way. Like maybe that's the older sister thing. So you're like, oh, woo, 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 because that's my little sister. But little sister's looking up to the older sister. They like, you sound real stupid. Like, and that's the look Liz was given. And I've gotten that look from my little sister before. So I really felt that in my spirit.
I think with Jasmine and Liz's situation though, Jasmine is thinking of it as kind of like a lack of experience type of thing though, because she's also like, well, love doesn't work that way. You can't just, push a button and I'm just done like
Right.
that. Liz is like, well, actually, and then Liz was like, well, what are you getting from loving him?
Right.
Well,
she's like, I feel like you're suffering.
I said, well, okay, little sis.
She says that her biggest fear is being rejected and alone. That sounds like you need therapy, not Gino. She tells her sister that she's thinking of signing a prenup because she doesn't want to leave Gino. And then her sister tells her that she needs to have some water because she's looking very thirsty.
That's not what she said.
That's what I interpret, in my opinion. Okay. Now, Jasmine gets back to the apartment and realizes Gino isn't there, so she texts him. They meet up to talk, and she apologizes for what she said to him about her ex and all the foul she said, and tries to excuse what she said because she was in attack mode. She tells him she's not going to attack him and basically to stop shaking because Gino is actually shaking at this point.
He's like, I'm not shaking. Yeah, they caught it on camera.
Yeah. He tells her that he's rethinking the prenup and wants to be with the love of his life. And Jasmine is relieved to hear this, of course. He tells her to work on not saying such painful things to him. And she tries to excuse it. You know, this is what I am, and I'm so passionate and I feel rejected.
She was like, it's because you don't treat me like the most important person in your life.
And I knew it the most important in my life because you pay my bills, Gino. Let's keep it real. So she's thankful that she kept her mouth shut and allowed Gino to talk for once. She then brings up that she wants a will
for right Gino. After they got over this goddamn hump.
She tells him she's concerned about him leaving us, and he's now realizing that the prenup wasn't the biggest of their issues.
Gino was like, "Are you serious? Like,
right."
Right. Like, we're supposed to get married soon, and you worried about me.
He was like, I gave you an inch and you took 8 miles. Okay. So he tells her if something happens to him, she'll be with his family. And Jasmine has to kindly remind him that your family don't really with me like that.
You know. He's like, you ain't getting no will. And like, when we get married in 2 months, you gonna get whatever I got.
You know what I will say? I think that Gino and Jasmine, I'm going to be very honest. A part of me believes that they're doing this for storyline because he does need money to keep her. And I think that they're going to stay on these franchises and do this as long as possible. So I absolutely see her coming to America. And I see them stretching this out until she decides to leave him because she's collected enough of.
Well, she get her own check too, don't she?
Once she gets to America, she probably does.
Oh no, I ain't.
I told you, and maybe I'm wrong. Drop down in the comment, Shade Squad. But I feel like they don't pay the.
You ain't even got no storyline without me.
They got no story without me because you're partners. They expect y'all to figure that out.
Is the check big enough? No, I want my own separate check. I ain't working for free. Just because I ain't a U.S. citizen, you got me messed up. Try to do it without me then.
Right.
So Christian went to hang out with his friends over at their house before he goes to visit Cleo in a couple days. Now this man is sitting down for breakfast having whiskey on the rocks, and I'm starting to notice this Gemini drinking pattern.
Can we talk about how Christian is playing in our face? But I'm away.
I think you the one playing in our face because you do this all the time. Basically, Christian's friends ask him if his family knows.
Tom and Jana.
Huh?
Tom and Jana.
There you go. They want to know if his family knows that Cleo is trans. And he said that he really didn't want his family to know, but he told like a couple of his family members, and now his entire family knows. And they
They
weren't
heard it through the
supportive.
grapevine.
Well, they weren't the most supportive. And of course it was upsetting, but he said, friends are family you choose, and he's not stuck
Amen.
with his family. Um, and basically he doesn't rely on them for anything, and he doesn't even have to be associated with them. Although his friend really don't believe it because he's super close with his family. He said that him and his family are very close, but he can foresee him having to choose between his family and Cleo in the future, and he's not going to be able to handle that very well. So Cleo went to the Airbnb.
Sorry.
Bless you, girl.
Thank you. Sorry.
She brought her cat baby. She said that he better get along with them because they ain't never had a cat daddy before. She's nervous because she knows now that his family knows that she's trans, and she knows that it could impact their relationship because they don't support them. And she's already starting to notice a change because initially he was talking about how he wanted to be super affectionate and, in public, and now he ain't on that. He said, let's switch that all up. And she said, it was hurtful, but she says being trans, she had to deal with a lot of rejection in her entire life. And he hasn't, based off of who he loves or his gender identity. And, she's worried that he's just not going to be strong enough to face the world for her.
I don't like him.
Now, Christian's friend came to pick him up for the airport. And, he lets him know that all the stuff that went down with his family. And basically he says that, all that stuff is weighing on his excitement to meet her for the first time. He also let him know that he did also share with Cleo that maybe they shouldn't kiss when they first meet. He tried to put smooge it over as, it's kind of weird. When you're going on a first date with somebody that you meet for the first time, do you kiss them? Sorry, you was talking about doing all that before. Cut it out.
Right.
Now his friend Tom is actually surprised that he's actually overthinking all of this, and understands why Chloe would be hurt. But for Christian, reality's starting to settle in, and he really doesn't know how things are going to go. But at the same time, he says that he is willing to risk it all.
So, my thoughts.
Your thoughts?
Christian is playing in our face. He's now, granted, this is not a show, it's before the 90 days. So it's supposed to be leading up to we're getting ready to get married. This is not a love in paradise or I'm getting to know you matchmaking special. Y'all were already a couple. So I feel like it's a little bit doing a disservice to Cleo to now y'all have been in this relationship, situationship, whatever you've been in, and now you're just now figuring out what the hell you want. I think that's a little unfair to her.
It's definitely unfair to her. And I wouldn't say that he's figuring out what he wants, because remember, he was gung-ho. It has a lot to do with the judgment, which my thing is, if you can't take it from your family, how the hell were you going to plan on taking on the world?
So if this was and this is not trying to be funny, but if she was going to be your little secret and you just want to go to the naughty bar or hire somebody or whatever.
Initially, that's not how it was supposed to be. That's why her feelings are hurt, because he said that he wanted to show her all this affection and hold hands and kiss and all this.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But now that he feels like he has to live in, I just feel like if this was a, and I hate to call it a kink for you, and this is something that you want to explore on your own, I don't think it's right, in my opinion, to bring this young lady on this show and play with her heartstrings and make her think that you want more if this is just something that you're, you know what I'm saying, exploring.
And I remember I think the last episode, the friend had was thinking that too, because of how wish-washy he is. Right. I think initially that's not what he thought it was for him. I don't think that he went into it thinking that this is a kink or I just want to try this or whatever. I think that for him, in his mind, and he even still said it, he's never felt this way about another woman in his life.
Right.
I think that he is and was super serious about her, but I think his family is getting in his head. And who knows what all types of things that they're saying.
And like he said, the vitriol, which that means what they're saying is pretty negative. It's pretty.
I mean, you know, even before he got to really speak with them, he even said, you know, that he'd be willing to, if he had to choose, cut them off. But now, who knows what they're saying? So,
Right.
you know what I mean? And they're getting in his head. But no, I think he really was gung ho and was super serious about her.
Well, Riley wakes up upset the next morning
Who
because
gives a
Violet
damn?
made plans for the day. His homegirl calls to check in and he shares that he's disappointed she hasn't really made time for him. His friend questions why she wouldn't make time after he traveled that far and when he plans on, meeting the daughter that he bought gifts for. So Riley feels she may be messing with another man.
First of all, and then he talks about these pearls that he got her. He was like, I didn't get the energy I was expecting. Like it wasn't a big deal to her. It wasn't. It wasn't,
Oh
sir.
no, I got even better for y'all. Then he decides he's buying her at your big age. You out here buying commitment rings.
And it looked like something he got from the pawn shop. It looks like a man's ring from the pawn shop.
It looks like a man's wedding band.
I wish Tiffany would have told him.
So, but he says that it's a commitment ring. It's not an engagement ring. And I
That's
hope it's not.
bullshit is what it is. Some shit you got for
And
$90.
his friend tells him to be mindful of his heart and prays that he doesn't have scrambled eggs in his basket. Now, Violet invites Riley to a palace of some sort. It was like the Imperial Palace or something.
Independence Palace.
Independence Palace, thank you. She said that she changed her mind because she wanted him to see her country and really get to know her. And she also wanted, kind of get to know him as well. She says that she thought he would be bored in the hotel alone. And when he tries to address how he felt by not feeling like a priority, and I love when Violet was like, well, how do you feel now?
I did too.
I said Violet is a Virgo. I believe that in my heart of hearts. I believe Violet is a Virgo.
I think she is.
I might DM Violet and figure out her birthday because I believe Violet is Virgo.
Then
So
he said, I think you really didn't prepare for me being here. And she smiled and said, thank you.
right. And then yes, and he wants her to promise to make time for him during the rest of his trip. Violet says she does want a relationship and wants to see how he treats her in hopes that they can move past the past.
Their past. Yeah. Right. Okay, y'all. I don't know why I had to put this in here, but it's so random. Okay. I need to know what the hell is going on in Romania because TLC brought it to our attention. It was not me. They showed us two kittens together, each of them missing an eye on the same side. It was just random as hell to me. And it makes it look like people are just spooning out cats' eyes.
Allegedly.
It's weird. Why are two cats why they together and they both missing the same eyes?
Maybe they from the same, breed. Maybe they don't do that.
You know what it made me think about? It made me think about Slumdog Millionaire. I think that's what it was. Okay, all right. Well, anyways. All right, crazy. Amanda feels that her first couple of days in Romania, Razvan has not been very considerate. Crazy because me and Treese were just talking about almost every episode that he was in. Oh my God, he's so considerate. And she's like, I don't think he's been very considerate. I was like, girl, hush. Now, what's crazy to me is
I don't think you've been very healed, Amanda, but we won't go there.
What's crazy to me is she told this man that do what you want to do. I'm going to figure out what I need to know from there. But then she wants to have a conversation about kissing this girl in the video. Girl, make up your mind.
Well, I think she also realized that he was upset because he was visibly upset.
He's not upset about the kissing.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
That was her. But
Yeah.
if you say, do what you want to do, and I'll figure out what I need to know from that, that means your issue is done. Correct?
Well,
Well, basically, he said that the reason why he even had the conversation in front of her about kissing the girl is because he does fear that one day she'll tell him that she just can't accept his career. We know he's gone through this in his past. He doesn't want to go through it again. And he starts crying and says that he just loves her so much and doesn't want to be hurt. And he's worried that Amanda is pushing him away intentionally. I can see how you can get that idea. And she let him know that she loves him. And, you know, she just feels that when she speaks, sometimes he doesn't really listen to her. And he says that he does listen to her feelings. He cares very much about her feelings. And really just sometimes feels like she's just being mean to him and disconnects. I said, well, if he is spot on. I mean, I don't know what they doing off camera, but everything that he's saying, I noticed on
no,
camera.
it's spot on.
Well, she apologized and explains that it was because she was upset, and he apologized as well. And she asked if they're good, and he said, yeah. So
that was Amanda and Razvan. Thank you guys. I actually really did enjoy this episode before the 90 days. If you have not already, please make sure that you have hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, guys, we'll catch you next week for another review. And a little birdie's been chirping. I've heard that we're getting 90 Day another way while we got this one going on. So don't be surprised if you see us again. But we appreciate you guys for supporting us. We thank you. And let's just keep sharing us and let's keep growing and glowing. And we will catch you next time. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.